My name's Davida Shinsky, and the name of this program is Live Without Limits, Dreams Come True with the Right Mindset. And today we're talking about 5 important tips for breaking up with a narcissist or manipulative person. And the reason we want to talk about this is because this can create a mental health issue. And if you already have personal issues or losses or whatever you've been going through, it can only make things worse. Being in a relationship with a narcissist or severely manipulative person can be quite challenging. Someone who is diagnosed with narcissism is said to have a personality disorder, namely narcissistic personality disorder. Many people throw this label around easily, but remember, NPD is a mental health disorder. By this, I mean not everyone who is selfish or mean in a relationship has narcissistic personality disorder. They could have a narcissistic traits or just be selfish, immature, mean people who have a lot of inner healing work to do. The Mayo Clinic defines NPD as a mental condition in which people have an inflated sense of their own importance and a deep need for excessive attention and admiration, troubled relationships, and a lack of empathy for others. Keep in mind that NPD occurs on a spectrum. One person may lack empathy or seek constant attention, which can make it tough to be in a relationship with them. Another person may lack empathy, seek constant attention, and emotionally and verbally abuse their partner. Regardless of the severity of NPD, if you're in a relationship with a narcissist or a manipulative person and you want to break up with them, it will help if you have a plan. You'll also want to do whatever you can to boost your courage and support as you break ties with this person. 7 red flags that you are with a narcissist. You may wonder if your partner is a true narcissist. While you may not be able to make a diagnosis like a counselor could, there are some signs that you're in a toxic relationship with someone struggling with narcissism. The following are several signs. Name calling. If your partner calls you terrible and demising names, it's a red flag. A sad reality in the world today is that people call other people derogatory names daily. Even if you grew up where this happened often in your family, the truth is that name calling is a form of verbal abuse. Does your partner call you names, put you down, make you feel terrible about the littlest mistake? If so, this is verbal abuse and you do not have to put up with it. Excessive control. If you feel that your partner always needs to be in control of everything that you do, this is a red flag. Does your partner constantly go through your phone book, spy on you, or go through your personal belongings? This means that your partner feels that they must always be in control. Jealousy and control are 2 toxic ingredients in a relationship that ought to be dealt with as soon as possible. Excessive need for attention. If your partner needs constant attention or admiration, this could be a sign of narcissism. They need to be validated continually. as it helps boost their ego. Physical violence. Have you ever found yourself in a big fight and your partner slapped you across the face to force you to stop talking? Has your partner pinned you down because you would not submit to them, kicked you, hit you, pushed you, spit on you? Does it take a lot for your partner to hold back when you are fighting? If this sounds like your relationship, these are serious red flags. So, the best way to do this is to understand that if you need help, go to the National Domestic Violence Hotline. Sexual coercion or sexual abuse. It's always all right to be coerced to have sex or be sexually abused in any relationship. Rather, let's say this again. It's never all right to be coerced to have sex or be sexually abused by in any way. Superiority. Narcissists tend to think that they are superior to all others. They're arrogant and they'll let you know that they deserve special treatment. Putting them down can cause them to become angry and abusive. Manipulation or gaslighting. Are you being manipulated or gaslit? When you try to stand up for yourself, to set a boundary, there's a conflict and ensure where you end up apologizing. Do they twist your words? Do you feel crazy during arguments? 5 tips to breaking up with a narcissist. It's not always easy breaking up with a narcissist. You may have already tried and failed. At the very least, you probably thought about breaking up with this person many times. The thought of it may cause you anxiety, as you probably don't want to have to deal with the conflict or consequences that follow. The following are 5 tips that can help you to end the relationship with this person. First, create a plan. While it's tempting to just break up with your partner abruptly, start creating a plan now to leave in the near future. You'll want to figure out some things. Are you going to stay or leave the home? Be sure that you have a financial plan. Think through how you're going to react. Do you fear that there will be physical violence? Do you have a safe place to go? Who are the safe people you can go talk with? Try your best to come up with a plan and stick with it. Know your whys. And this is a big one. Your whys, whether it's in business or whether it's in your personal life, you need to know your whys. You might want to make a list of exactly why you're breaking up with this person. This isn't a list that you want to show your partner. It's simply the reasons for wanting out of a toxic relationship. It's highly likely that you will question yourself either during the breakup or shortly thereafter. You'll wonder if you made the right decision. The other person may say and do all sorts of things to win you back. They may cause you to question your reality, painting the relationship in a good light or promising you how they're going to change. Write down the reasons that you want out of the relationship and keep it handy for yourself. Have your support system handy. If you're like many people, you end up in a relationship with a narcissist, you may have dwindled down your friendships or time with family members to little or none. If you're alienated yourself from those you can count on, it's time to get your support system in order before you leave your partner. This could be friends that you feel safe with, family members, a support group, or even a therapist. Join a narcissist abuse support group. You may be able to find a local or online narcissist abusive support group. Having the support of others who have been in your shoes can be quite therapeutic and give you the courage to leave. Reach out to a therapist. You may want to reach out to a professional therapist to have them give you the support that you need to break up with your partner. They'll be familiar with narcissistic personality disorder and will be able to help you prepare for what you may encounter as you end the relationship. It will also be helpful once you break up with them. Oftentimes, the aftermath of being alone and being up in your head about whether this was the right decision or not is where you need the most support. You can see a therapist online, in the community, or both. Take as much time as you need with this therapist to sift and sort out the grief that you may feel, the unanswered questions, and opening yourself up to a new chapter in your life. What will happen after the breakup? It's not always easy to know what to expect after breaking up with a narcissist. It will depend on what kind of narcissist they are. For example, a grandiose narcissist tends to mainly be with someone as their shiny trophy and are not emotionally invested. These types may be the easiest to break up with because they'll just move on to someone else quickly. A narcissist who has a lot of insecurity and anger within them may erupt in a fit of rage after the breakup. The breakup may cause their ego to feel completely worthless, and they'll take those feelings out on you. It's best if you can just stick to your boundaries and go and have no contact with them, regardless of what happens after the relationship at the end. Be sure that you stick to your plan. Remind yourself of the why that you ended the relationship and reach out to, for support regularly so that you don't feel alone. It's not easy breaking up with a narcissist, that's for sure. However, over time, you'll be thankful you did it. It may seem incredibly challenging now, but over time, it'll come. That is, you will come to realize that this was the best decision for you. At the same time, use this as an opportunity to learn valuable lessons about yourself and relationships in general. Take time to grieve the end of the relationship and do the necessary inner work to heal. Keep learning about narcissistic abuse recovery. Be gentle with yourself and practice self care. You may feel bad about the ending of a relationship at times, but know that you did so for your best interest. And should you begin to date again one day, you'll be much more apt to notice narcissistic red flags and steer clear of them. Now, this is the last thing I'm going to say about it because it's very important that whenever you are in a relationship, often you'll seek out relationships that are in your comfort zone. So if you come from a family where someone was very controlling and very narcissistic, then it's easy for you to end up in a narcissistic relationship. But if you recognize it and realize that is not the kind of relationship that you want, then you can hopefully get the counseling and therapy you need. And the best thing that you can do is wait at least 4 years. And yes, I'm not talking about wait 4 years to date anyone. I'm just saying wait 4 years at least before you ever consider getting married again. Because usually, if you marry within that 4 year period of time, you will end up with someone who's exactly like the relationship you just left. That's why it's so important for you to recognize and know what the signs are of what a narcissist is. Now, I'm conducting a 5 day challenge that's called Change Your Thoughts, Transform Your Life. And the first day, we talk about the subconscious thoughts and how they affect your behavior and your relationships. The second day, we talk about toxic relationships and how to get out of them. The third day, we talk about the workplace culture and the importance of effective and good communication. The fourth day, we talk about getting rid of negative thoughts and beginning to learn how to think more positively. And on the fifth day, we talk about where do you go from here and review what we covered the first 4 days. So if you're interested, go to changeyourthoughtschallenge.com/join the challenge. And I look forward to seeing you there.